I've been trying to work here.
I asked you a question.
Y'all just been criticizing and everything.
All right, play the clip. Just play the clip back. Just play the clip back, because I need
some affirmations. Is that what you're saying?
Let's see the clip again.
He thinks because I was like, oh, I don't know if we think we need it in there. He like, all right. He just thinks that I'm always trying to come at him.
If you're an editor, you have to argue your case. Why did you put that clip in there? And if you can't,
because he felt it was good.
He felt it was good. Then let's hear it.
In America, there's a saying called the land of the free. Do you believe that America is the land of the free, and do you believe that we are one of the greatest countries in the world? And what is your view on American citizens? Do you think we're too privileged? Do you think we have too many opportunities and we don't take them for granted? And if you were to live in America, would you take advantage of the privileges of being an American?
POPPYN, we saw your questions. You were so curious that do we feel connected to Black Americans? So I think, my people or my youth would say, what do you say about it? How do you feel? Do you feel connected to those Black American youth?
They all came from Africa. So at some point, I feel connected to them because of whenever I see a black guy in America, African American, they call them, I feel like we are brothers or sisters,
I don't feel any connection because the only thing I know is what I see from the television and what I read from the internet. So I don't feel anything.
I don't feel connected to them because I feel we have different issues. We are facing different issues here in South Africa, and they are facing different issues, totally different, and we have a different way of dealing with those issues.
I feel as though the term African American doesn't really apply to us though, because we don't really have any connections to our African roots anymore. Like, unless your family was really into it and passed down those roots to you. Like, me personally, I cannot name one African tradition, like, at all. Like, I rather use the term black to describe myself than African American.
I feel as though I was born here, my parents were born here, and my grandparents were born here. So none of us rooted from Africa. So I don't know why I'm called an African American when I'm full American. I know back when we all came over from slavery, I understand that, but like, I don't know anything about Africa really that the people who are from Africa know. So like, all I know is it's a lot of villages and people do traditions I don't know about.
Responding to what Nasir said, I think African American does apply because African Americans are not native to this country. So like, even though we live here, maybe some of us were born here, your parents were born here, your grandparents were born here, this is not really the country of your origin.
Alright, so in America, there's a foster care system, which means like there's kids being taken from their parents, or like if their parents pass, like they get put inside of a system called DHS. But like, is there like a foster care system down there?
There are many foster cares here. Like, people go and sleep there. Those who don't have homes, those who are in poverty, they can get help there, yeah. And they are proper, well taken care of.
In school, the only thing we learned about Africa is the people over there being taken and brought over here. Did y'all learn anything about the way we live over here versus the way y'all live over there?
We don't do American history, we only do African history. We learn about what happened in our country, not in America.
What kind of food do y'all eat? What kind of clothes do y'all wear?
So in South Africa, we design our own clothes and we wear the same clothes that they wear. Yeah, and tattoos are there, everything is there.
We have different kind of materials that are represented by different kind of tribes that we do have. I'm Tswana, so we put on litoiti. Unfortunately, I don't have the something to show you, but we cut out the material and you do your own design and you put it on, and that's what we use to celebrate heritage.
We are the same as America because we eat burger too. We eat pizzas. We are the same, but we eat papa, morojo, sepatu.
Do you guys actually go to school every day? Do you guys have schools?
Like we go to school under the trees.
Like we do have schools. Actually, we are peer educators. We work as peer educators in different schools.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, had their challenges because of, as we are the teenagers, some of us they got pregnant, but in the other ways, and then, yeah. The challenges come from our background. Maybe our parents doesn't work, and then I feel to have a blesser so that he could do something for me, everything that I need, clothes. You could buy me clothes, a car, food, so that I can be successful in life. And then, yeah, as a teenagers, we need something more. We need a big things. So that's why we have to hustle. We hustle the way we like.
Hi, We are in Bafokeng Youth Center. We're here at POPPYN right now, and we got your questions. We just watched the video, and we're going to try and respond to as many as we can. So let's just jump straight into it. The first question that we got was,
why do you think Africa is a country that is full of bushes and does not have that life, the good life?
Why do you Americans think South Africans are poor?
A lot of times, like in school, they'll tell you about all the bad things happening in Africa, or the media will show you like starving children in commercials and trying to get you to donate, but you never see like, I guess, thriving cities in different countries in Africa. And another thing that like I feel is a stigma is that Africa's one big country, and in reality there's over 50 different small countries that make up the continent and are all different, and the people there are not all the same.
Hi, my name is Jayla. So this thought or like mentality, it comes, well, I see it that it comes from like commercials and like a penny a day can save kids in Africa, like things like that. I don't understand it, but like I'm like, oh, okay. Like, we really don't know what's going on over there.
I want them to know that we as South Africans, we also have life. We don't live in bushes. We don't bath with dishwashers and stuff. We like we go to school. I want them to know that. I want them to know that we live a proper life. We are the same, and to have mutual respect. That's what I would like.
I want to understand why do they call themselves niggers? Because I think nigger, it's from Negro and it's racist. So they seem okay with nigger, That's what I want to understand.
It was like used back in the days to like discriminate blacks, and now like blacks themselves are using it like to show like we use it to build each other up instead of like breaking us back down, and like showing other races like you can't use this word to hurt us anymore.
I know some older black people who don't like when people use the N-word. I think basically from a younger point of view, it's mainly because it's been around us so much and we grew up with it.
So I know Julia also said that the word was first used derogatory and now it's kind of uplifting. But I think my question would be, when a white person or a person of a different race says it, how does that make you feel?
When I see like a white person say it, that's a different story. Like I really don't like them using it, but like when I see other races using it, I be like, I mean, they have their own slang. I don't know why they don't use it themselves, but like a lot of different races have a lot of different slang words that they use during those depressing times.
Do they follow political issues? Do they want to know what's happening in South Africa?
To be honest, I barely know about American politics. And I really don't even keep up with American politics. And to say I keep up with any other country's politics would be a lie.
The first time I was introduced to South African politics as a whole was Nelson Mandela and his wife and the things that they went through, and then almost like a compare and contrast to Martin Luther King Jr. over here in the Vegas of census. But other than that, I've never had an encounter with really in-depth politics.
Now we're seeing more like media coverage of like South African politics because of the new president, Ramaphosa, like in the land redistribution. Like now we're seeing like it on mainstream. Not even that much coverage, but like we can see it on like mainstream news.
Hi, I'm Julia. In my school, we only learn Spanish, and that's like for only 11th and 12th grade. And they barely teach us Spanish. Like they only teach us like foods and clothes, and that's it.
If you were to know and understand your roots, like how deep would you live, like kinda live accordingly to your roots and embrace that? You know, you call yourselves African Americans, but how deep would you wanna embrace the African cultures and all that?
I would love to get connected to my roots in Africa. I know I go to international school and I have African, like real African American students in my school. And when I ask them about where they from, they say with pride. I'm from Sudan, I'm from Morocco, I'm from Liberia. They can say where they from with pride. And when I say where I'm from, like I'm from America, Philadelphia, like I guess. I wish I could be like them.
Most of the time, we as Africans, we think that America is one of the greatest country, and we think many billionaires and millionaires are from America. So our opinion as Africans, we think that America are better in each and every way, but getting to express and getting to have interaction with Americans, it is more complicated than we thought.
And that's what's poppin'.